Prepare to have your mind blown. Imagine for a second that there's something coming from far, far away, from outside our cosmic neighborhood, a true intruder from another universe, and that it passed very close to us. This isn't fiction. It's the purest revelation of what science has discovered in recent years. We're talking about objects that challenge everything we knew, mysterious visitors who arrive to change our view of space. What we've discovered about the origin of these space rocks will leave you speechless, and you'll want to understand their path. When our largest telescopes scanned the sky on an ordinary night, no one expected the surprise. Initially, it was just a faint point of light, moving at a somewhat strange pace, something that could have been another rock detached from our own solar system. But the eyes of scientists, accustomed to unraveling the secrets of the cosmos, noticed something different. That glow didn't fit the norm. It looked like an ordinary comet, releasing its dust and gas, but each calculation, each new observation, pushed the anomaly into unknown territory, triggering an alarm in research centers around the world. An unexpected journey was about to be unveiled. That was when the main shock came. The trajectory of this cosmic visitor was not a closed loop, like that of planets or comets that orbit the sun eternally. On the contrary, it followed what scientists call a hyperbolic orbit, a curve that clearly indicated the object had not come from our solar neighborhood and, more importantly, would not stay there. It was a one-way path, like a stone thrown with force by someone from outside the field, entering, briefly circling the sun, and then shooting off again into deep space, with no chance of return. This unmistakable signature confirmed the unbelievable. It was an interstellar messenger. And where did this homeless traveler come from? That is the big question that chills and intrigues everyone. Simulations showed that, to reach such a speed and trajectory, it would have had to have been ejected from some very distant star system, perhaps millions of years ago, and traveled through the emptiness of space until it stumbled upon our sun. Imagine something born from a completely different star, bathed in a light that is not ours, and that spend an eternity on a lonely, icy journey, carrying with it the essence of a place we will never know. It was raw material from an unknown sun, touching our universe. The characteristics of this celestial body also intrigued and shocked. Unlike the rocks and comets that form in our own solar cloud, this object exhibited peculiarities that left scientists scratching their heads. Perhaps its surface or composition was subtly different, the result of millions of years of life fully exposed to raw space. Or perhaps the particles that formed it had never existed as we know them here. They weren't just data. They were whispers from a completely alien environment, a composition that did not tell the story of the formation of our sun, but that of another star system far away. The message implicit in this discovery is even more frightening. For millennia, we've looked up at the sky and wondered if there was life out there, if we were alone, or if we were special. The existence of this traveler, proving that objects from outside constantly come and go, completely turns the tables. We're not just a blood in the cosmos. Our solar system may be a kind of intergalactic gas station where lost rocks, rogue planets, and perhaps even seeds of life travel aimlessly, visiting neighbors. Space, which once seemed a sterile void, may be teeming with these traveling stones. If you thought all this was far away, imagine for a second the adrenaline rush of that encounter. For a very short time, astronomically speaking, this flying object was so close that we could literally study it in detail, tracking every inch of its passage. It didn't stop for visits, nor even slow down. It was a ghostly trail, a swift and breathtaking cosmic dance around our sun, before accelerating and being ejected back into the icy void of intergalactic space. It was a hello and goodbye in a fraction of cosmic time, a reminder of how fleeting the most epic encounters can be. And its journey out is as fascinating as its arrival. With a final tug of our sun's gravity, it took a final push, gaining more speed, moving ever further away from the planets we know. Its trajectory takes it into absolute darkness, back into the boundless limbo, perhaps never to encounter another star again, perhaps to cross another system millions or billions of years from now. The farewell was forever. A cosmic ghost, carrying with it all the secrets of its original home and the marks of our own, toward a destination beyond our comprehension. This discovery completely redefines our worldview and our quest for knowledge. The thought of objects wandering around from entirely different solar systems, making their way through our own, expands our minds in a way few things can. If they're so common, what else is hidden in the depths of space? What if life can cling to these rocks? If something came from outside to simply cross our path and move on, what does that really tell us about our place in the universe? It's like discovering you live on a busy street, not a dead end. When you're walking down the street and suddenly, out of nowhere, something completely unexpected appears, something that seems to have come from another city or even another country, but is there right in front of you, changing the landscape of what you considered familiar? That's exactly what this interstellar traveler did to our understanding of the universe. He didn't ask permission, he didn't send a warning. He simply passed through, ignoring all the barriers we, in our smallness, had mentally constructed for our solar system. We thought our cosmic neighborhood was relatively isolated, that outside influences were rare, or that we could only get there with ships and a lot of technology. But no, the universe showed that it's a one-way street full of passers-by, where our sun, which we imagine to be such a self-sufficient center, is actually a gigantic beacon, attracting and propelling homeless travelers for countless eons. Think about it. If a piece of another world can cross our path so freely, what else might be on its way, or has already passed by without us even noticing? This revelation breaks down our imaginary walls, showing us that we are part of something much, much larger and connected than we ever dreamed, and that the idea of a border is purely our own invention, useless to the cosmos. Now try to process the true significance of this object's age and what it may have witnessed. It's not just any asteroid formed alongside Earth, Venus, or Mars back in the early days of our sun, no. This mysterious rock likely formed around a star that no longer exists, or in a solar system that underwent unimaginable transformations billions of years ago, before our own Earth even began to rotate. Consider that it has flown through the icy vacuum of space for longer than any human being can even conceive, a piece of cosmic dust that has existed for eons. It is a silent witness to the history of the universe, bearing within its composition the marks of an epic journey, of stellar births and deaths we will never witness, of galactic eras we can only imagine. It is not just a stone. It is a living parchment, an archive of another time, another place. As you think of your ancestors, your great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents, imagine a legacy so ancient that its origins precede any ancestor, any life form, any galaxy we can see. It is a primordial relic that makes us feel tiny, yet at the same time part of a narrative that infinitely transcends our own. So tell me in the comments, what do you think about the existence of these cosmic visitors from so far away? Are we alone, or is space full of these traveling rocks, exchanging matter between galaxies? Have you ever stopped to consider the gigantic implications a discovery like this has for our existence? Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the shocking and revealing content we post every day. And, of course, turn on the notification bell to stay up to date. Your opinion is very important to us.